This news update is brought to you by...
Grab somebody and tell them hello. Your happiness will be connect to flow. Smile and cheer because that is we flow. Grab somebody and tell them hello. With your hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air. This is how we flow, yeah. Grab somebody and tell them this is how we flow.
This is the Barbados Today morning news update for Friday, October 9. Thank you for joining us. I am Marie-Claire Williams. We begin with news that a group of shareholders of Banks Holdings Limited is raising concerns over moves by Brazilian company Ambev to take control of the local brewery. Earlier this week, Ambev's Vice President for Central America and the Caribbean, Eduardo Larceda, said his company plans to have BHL reach its full potential while earning Barbados more foreign exchange through increased production and exports. He added that Ambev planned to grow and develop the local market as much as possible and used Barbados as a hub for exports to the Caribbean. But in a statement issued yesterday, the shareholders said the research on the world's fifth largest brewery had raised a number of concerns, including possible drastic job cuts, losses to minority shareholders, closure of the brewery, and damage to the local brand. The statement urged remaining shareholders to consider all the facts and options before making a decision on the sale of their shares. Principal of the University of the West Indies Cave Hill campus, Professor Eudine Barriteau, is warning against what she calls irrelevant changes to tertiary education. Professor Barriteau was delivering the annual Elsie Payne Memorial Lecture as part of activities celebrating the 120th anniversary of Queen's College. She said increasing financial pressure to fund higher education had resulted in a rush to prescribe more models of funding and delivery, which could lead to more harm than good.
To be transformative educational leaders, we cannot lose sight of the role education has played and must continue to undertake in our societies. We must step back and ensure, even as we become involved in designing new educational strategies, we do not lose sight of a macro perspective of the societies and their features which shape what is offered or even accepted. Creating leaders through building excellence requires a philosophy of education that involves a careful, ethical deliberation on the ends we imagine for the educational experience.
Prime Minister Freundel Stuart says aspects of the medical tourism sector in Barbados are ripe for expansion. Stuart noted that for some time the Ministries of Health and Tourism have been advocates of medical tourism. He pointed out that government also believes there are several advantages for the international business sector. Stuart was addressing the International Business Week 2015 conference at the Hilton Resort. He said a 2012 study identified a number of successful medical tourism facilities, including the Barbados Fertility Center.
Another related area, ripe for investment, is that of biotechnology, a rapidly emerging global industry. Presently in Barbados, we have a unique international business company by the name of LensTech Inc., a global manufacturer of intraocular lenses for cataract and refractive surgery. In 1995, this US-owned company opened its first manufacturing facility here. Now a 30,000 square foot plant, the company employs approximately 200 persons, several of whom were trained right here at the University of the West Indies, graduating with degrees in science and other disciplines.
One St. Michael woman is out on bail after being arrested at Grantley Adams International Airport on a series of drugs charges. Denisa Chantel Foster, a Barbadian, arrived at the airport on a Caribbean Airlines flight from Guyana at 10 o'clock Wednesday night. She was referred to customs by the drug squad, who found 3 transparent taped packages containing 3 kilos of cocaine concealed in a false compartment of her suitcase. The drugs had a street value of 150,000 Barbados dollars. The 23-year-old Foster was detained and charged with possession of cocaine, possession with intent to supply, importation and trafficking of cocaine. She appeared before the District A Magistrate Court on Thursday, where she pleaded not guilty to the offences. Foster was granted $80,000 in bail and is due to reappear in the District B Magistrate Court on November 15. She was also required to surrender her passport and report to Central Police Station every Monday before 10 a.m. Met officials are hoping that October will bring much-needed rain following weeks of dry weather. Senior meteorologist Clement Williams says there has already been a slight improvement so far this month.
To be honest, we had gone a little while without any significant rainfall. So since the start of the month, we have been having at least a little more than what we would have had during the latter half of September. So it's looking promising. Unfortunately, we are still likely to be below average, even at this point in time. So far for the month, we have about 40 millimeters, 39.7 millimeters to be exact, right? Which is maybe just around an inch and a half or so, slightly more than an inch and a half.
In sports, Barbados' women have advanced to the final of the Pan American Hockey Challenge in Peru. They drew 2-2 with hosts yesterday and will now play Brazil in Sunday's gold medal match. Their spot in Sunday's final also means that Barbados have qualified for the Elite 8-Nation 2017 Women's Pan American Cup in Lancaster, United States. The Pan American Cup is the FIH's Hockey World Cup qualifier for the Pan American region. Barbados finished top of the pool standings yesterday with 8 points from 4 games, following 2 wins and 2 draws. Brazil and Peru finished with identical records, but finished second and third respectively because of an inferior goal difference to the Bajan women.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
In news from the region, Britain is backing calls from the United States for Venezuela to respect Guyana's territories. The calls from the British High Commissioner to Georgetown, Greg Quinn, come as the border dispute between the neighbouring countries continue.
The 1899 arbitral award settled the issue, and we have not changed that position since 1899. And Minister Swire, my own government minister, when he was in New York last week and we attended the Commonwealth Ministerial Group on Guyana, he reiterated there again that our position hadn't changed and that we remain of the belief that the 1899 award settled the border.
And finally, in India, politicians from the ruling Hindu nationalist BJP party have beaten a Muslim member of the Kashmir State Assembly. It happened after he served beef at a private party in a hostel for state lawmakers. India's majority Hindu population consider cows to be sacred, and most states have tightened laws banning the sale and consumption of beef. There has also been an increase in violence against those accused of breaking the ban. That's the news and sports this morning. For more, you can log on to www.barbadostoday.bb. You could also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. You can catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations. Also, tune in to Channel 101 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I am Maricla Williams. Have a good morning.